Good evening, folks. I got this H Upmann The Banker. I'll light that up tonight. Talk about it a little bit. And I got some Jack Daniel's single barrel. Pretty good. A pretty interesting story. I didn't realize until tonight. But let's go ahead and get this cut and lit. Got my V cutter here. Hope y'all had a good 4th of July. We had a pretty interesting weekend, man. My wife and I were sitting out here on the porch. What night was it? Friday night? Friday afternoon, maybe? I think it was Friday afternoon. Take this foot band off. Hopefully, it won't rip the wrapper off. Oh, look at that. It came right off. No issues. Uh, had a major fire in the neighborhood here. It was crazy. So we're sitting here out on the porch over there. I got two Adirondack chairs that kind of face out this way here. And it was in the evening. We were having a cocktail. Well, I was having a bourbon. She had a drink. She likes Canada Dry, Diet Canada Dry, and vodka, Tito's vodka. So we were sitting out here having a drink. Just relaxing, and hear an explosion. And it's the day before the 4th of July, so we figured, well, I'm thinking to myself, that sounded kind of different. A lot of times the 4th of July, people say it sounds like gunshots, and it don't. If you've heard gunshots before, military or the police, you've heard it doesn't sound anything like that, but similar, I guess you could say, but not the same. So I heard this explosion, and I'm like, well, damn, that sounded kind of weird, and my gut told me something wasn't right. For a split second, I thought, well, maybe somebody blew up their um, turkey fryer or something. I don't know. I was just thinking that sounded kind of weird. It was like like a double, like a boom and a boom, like roll back to back. And I was like, what in the world? But we sat here a minute. I got up. I kind of walked back here on my pool deck a little bit, looked around, couldn't see anything. I didn't hear anybody hollering, so I'm like, well, I guess maybe it was a firework. I don't know. I sat back down over here. And then seeing, so you can't really see at night, but right back here, there was over these rooftops, there was black smoke billowing up. I'm like, oh man, that's not good. So my wife goes, let's go see if anybody needs any help. So we jump in the golf cart and run down the alley. Actually, go that way and then down the alley towards State Road 13 down there. Kind of just following the smoke, and then we see it. There's a freaking car fully engulfed. And well, when we first pulled up, the fire was pretty much contained inside the car, and it looked like it was at the end of the alley right here. But it was in the street because these houses in this area, part of the neighborhood, have a front porch, and the garages are in the back. Like my garage is back over here, and there's alleys that run through the back of these houses, and it looked like the car was kind of parked in the road as it pulls up into the garage. I'm thinking, man, that's kind of crazy. My wife's going, let's go up there and see if anybody needs any help. So we looked, and then next thing you know, I see a guy standing there, kind of calmly. Well, first of all, the fire was inside the car, but it didn't take long. The windows busted. The thing just within seconds was fully. The gas tank blew up, I guess, and it shot everywhere. Next thing you know, there's like what appeared to be fireworks shooting out the back of this SUV, because it looked like an SUV, and then the back cargo part was just where this fire was from. It was crazy, man. There was fireworks shooting off, going the out the windows, and it's just, And about the time my wife was like, let's go see if somebody needs some help. She's in the medical field, and I'm in law enforcement. I'm thinking, well, maybe about that time I see a guy come out with a fire extinguisher, and he's kind of spraying where the gas had gotten on the ground, kind of just, of course, fire extinguisher didn't do shit really, but he didn't seem too panicked or concerned. So I'm like, well, let's just stay here because I don't know what the fuck's going on in that that damn car, because there was shit like blowing out the windows and everything else. And I said, let's. I don't know if I want to get too close to this, because if there's somebody in there, it's too late for them. Ain't nothing we can do for them. So long story short, um, we're standing out here and watching this thing burn. A couple of the neighbors come out. Of course, everybody's got the freaking cell phone, camera, taking video and pictures, which I never understood, but that's what people do nowadays. And then I hear the fire department coming, and I hear my neighbor saying dumbass stuff, just got tired. We just drove off, came back. I'm like, well, nothing I can do. Fire department was about here. I saw a St. Johns County police car coming up the road. I'm like, let's just go. So we came back. Turns out the fire department put out a little social media post about leaving fireworks in your car, which I don't really understand. I still don't know what happened. I know they said somebody got life flighted from the from this incident. Um, they said that they left fireworks in a hot car, but it appeared to me the car was driving down the road, because later on when we went down there was the whole asphalt's melted at the end of the alley, like in the street, but it's blocking where you come out from the alley. So nobody would park there. I'm thinking they were driving up that road there and something happened, and that's just where they stopped, at the end of the alley, just by coincidence. I don't think it was just left in the car. I don't really know. It's just a weird freaking thing, and I feel bad for the family. I don't know. There was said in the article there was a man and a child in the car. One of them was life flighted. So I don't know. But to say it was fireworks left in a hot car, that really didn't make any sense. I don't know what happened, but it was crazy. It was for sure. Um, and then last night we were sitting around the neighborhood here, and we went out on the golf cart. Like I said, it's just my wife and I this weekend. Everybody's out of town or doing working. My son's working, everything else. So we live in a planned community, I guess they call it. So there's a ton of houses and lakes and all kind of stuff. And there was these people here in this neighborhood, pretty good folks, but sometimes they got more money than sense. And they had to have been thousands of dollars of fireworks, because it looked as good as any city fireworks display you go to over these big. This is one we ended up going to the big lake. It's probably at least a 10 to 15 acre lake. It's a pretty big lake. The house is a road that goes around it. The houses are across the street, so you could just park in the grass, and people were shooting their fireworks. And like I said, I haven't been to a fireworks, just like a real display for a city, in years. I mean, since I was a kid, probably. And these folks, it looked like that. I know nowadays, I saw they had drones and one thing making like pictures in the sky nowadays, but when I was a kid, this is the stuff we saw. And this stuff went on for uh, probably an hour and a half. People were shooting these things off. It was crazy. It was all over. It was almost like, and there was other lakes. It was like a 360-degree view of just massive fireworks. It was crazy. Very cool though. Um, get great stuff. Um, enjoyed it. It's a good time. Families were out watching these things. Pretty good time. And anyway, so I just will say all that to say is it was a crazy 4th of July weekend. Then there was a helicopter. I think later that same day of the explosion, there was a St. Johns County helicopter flying over the neighborhood, just doing circles. And I'm like, what? It's kind of low. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And to come to find out on the, of course, Facebook page, everybody knows every fucking thing. There was some kind of domestic violence incident somewhere in the neighborhood, and I know from my job probably the dude left or fled, and they were kind of looking for him, but said everything was good and he was in custody. So I don't know what happened, but man, people lost their minds this weekend around here. And the funny thing is that this neighborhood has some crazy crap go on in it. And these jokers, we're probably the poorest people in here. I'm not lying. Probably the cheapest house you can get in this neighborhood. And now I didn't buy in here at this price. This is just what, since COVID, it's become. Probably minimum $500,000. It's the craziest thing. And I'm talking minimum. Most of these houses are way more than that, and a bunch of these neighborhoods are probably 800 to $1 million homes. And these people, a lot of them just act like children. It's the weird. I don't know where these people get their money from, but it's crazy. It's just the world we live in, I guess. You know, I grew up in this area. I've lived here all my life, and I don't think I've seen the amount of crap that goes on in this neighborhood. Even when it was all rednecks living out here with crazy ass people, I didn't see this kind of stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. Will say most of these people ain't from here. They're from all over the country. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird weekend. But I'll say the fireworks last night, while we were sitting there watching them, um, pretty good feeling. Pretty good feeling. It was a neat night. Um, it was a neat night, and I will say that there was a Facebook post today about, I guess, somebody was smoking a cigar, and this lady posted that her husband was smoking a cigar in their yard, sitting on lawn chairs in their front lawn watching these fireworks over this lake. And some lady, a grown woman, drives by. Nobody wants to smell your cigar, yells at the guy. So the wife, I guess, which was kind of pissed, and she posted a Facebook post about how that's the scent, that's not a cigar, that's the smell of freedom. Her husband served in Iraq, and had all his butt had held his buddies in his arms as they died, and that's how he deals with it. He kind of relaxes with these cigars, and what is it to you if I'm smoking in my own yard? Why do you got to ride by on your golf cart and fuss at him about it? It's just it's crazy. So I reached out to the woman, because he didn't post it. I said, hey, 100%. I've sat on my front porch and had, again, women give me the stink. Nobody's ever said anything, but you get the stink eye from women. And men have never said anything to me. But I find that a lot with the females. They get away with that shit because, a guy ain't going to do it because he could do it, but he knows it may end up in a fight, whereas women know, most of the time you're not going to get in a fight over it. So nobody's going to come over there and hit you. So they're more apt to say shit like that. But anyway, it was kind of crazy. And then I ended up DMing this lady and going, hey, if your husband ever wants to smoke a cigar, I'm retired I'm not in the military, but retired law enforcement. I'd be happy to smoke with him. And, you know, just reach out to me. I sent him my cell phone number. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see if he reaches out to me. But if he doesn't, that's fine too. But just a crazy weekend here. You never know what's going to happen. But so this H Upmann, pretty good. I went to the liquor store, I guess Friday morning, and I went there just to buy I think it was the day I bought the Eagle Rare. I bought 6 cigars to smoke for you guys. Things I hadn't reviewed before. Some of them, like this one, I never had before. So they got a big walk-in humidor, and don't have a huge selection, but they got a pretty good selection. And I saw this and a few more. I bought 6 of them. This was one of them. So this is an H Upmann, and they make a banker, they make a day trader, they make a bunch of different cigars. Um, it said this was a tribute to the German founder Hermann Upmann, and the wrapper is a I had to write this down because I can't even remember this stuff. Ecuadorian Habano. The binder is Nicaraguan Jalapa. I don't know. And the filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan. So it's kind of a mix. I don't really know much about H. Upmann other than that. They've been around a long time. I've seen them. I've had a few over the years, different ones, but I don't, be honest with you, I don't remember much about them. But this one's pretty good. Um, Tastes like a cigar. It's kind of vanilla and creamy. Um, I'd say it's pretty mild. Not a strong cigar at all, but pretty good for a Sunday evening. And I'm smoking it with this Jack Daniel's single barrel rye. Now this is not the barrel proof. This one is it's 47 ABV, so it's 90. Well, it's supposed to be 94 proof. So this maroon label, I see it time to time, but apparently, which I didn't even know this, that now comes with a green label. Their single barrel rye. Now the barrel proof's got the gold label, and it's kind of got a green. But apparently, in May of 23, Jack Daniel's changed from this maroon label to the green label because green was traditionally, if you know about bourbon, a lot of it, or whiskeys and all, the green is the rye generally. So they switched to a green label, which I have in there. Um, I don't know if I've opened that one, and honestly, I didn't know it was the same. Supposed to be the same juice, just changed the label in 2023. Now I haven't had this bottle since 2023. I bought it actually fairly recently, so they must have had it. Um, I don't know, but I also found the green one, so I don't know. So I ought to try them next to each other. Another one with the old granddads and the Eagle Rares. I might try the green and the maroon label here to see if it tastes any different because we'll see. But I want to say I must have opened this before because it was already open. I just don't remember, but I opened it tonight just for something different. And my gosh, I don't know why I wasn't drinking it before. It's damn good. It's vanilla. Um, it's caramel. Of course, it's rye. It's a little spicy, a little peppery. But the alcohol, the ethanol is non-existent. Um, I say that to say it's not like it's not proofy. It's not it's not high proof as you know. It's 90 whatever it is. I said 94. But I wouldn't say it tastes like low proof. Like sometimes you drink some stuff and it's pretty low proof. I wouldn't say that, but it's very drinkable, and I'm curious to see. I don't think I've opened the green one, so I'll be interested to see how it compares to the newer version. But again, I just bought this maroon one label. I'm gonna say about a month ago, and they quit making them in May of 23. So that's kind of weird, but apparently it was still on the shelf. And a store I go to up pretty regularly, and they always have it on. I guess people don't buy it. I don't know why. The barrel proof rye, a lot of people love it, and they do always have that in stock. So maybe people are buying that up, which is also good. But for a just a drink in the evening, this here do the trick. So apparently, As you know, anything from Jack Daniels in this shape bottle is damn good, whether it's a rye or their whiskey. Um, but I would, if you see this, I'd pick one up, and probably the green one. I'm guessing it's the same. It's supposed to be the same juice, but I would give it a go. But I don't get on Facebook much because people just irritate me. I got like Marketplace, and like I've found some stuff from the neighborhood. I got a neighborhood page like a Curb Alert or something, where people buy and give crap away, and I'll peruse that sometimes. But I can't stand reading posts people make. Um, Grown people in this neighborhood making the kind of money they make just act like children. It's like they're in high school. They post the dumbest stuff. It's just it's depressing to see people act nowadays. It's the craziest thing. But not that lady. I don't blame her because if you're in your own yard minding your own business, smoking you a cigar, what is it to you? The whole the air was full of that fireworks smell. I don't know what that is, but if you've been around fireworks, you know. So how the hell she smelled a cigar, I don't know, and why she felt the need to holler at this dude, I don't know. What business is it of yours? Um, and I'm not being ugly, but I don't understand why dudes like if my wife hollered out at somebody like that, I'd be telling her shut the hell up. What are you doing? Mind your own business. But people don't. People just say what's on their mind because they think there's no repercussions. So I don't know, but pretty good cigar, guys. If you see this guy, give it a try. Um, Easy smoke, easy drink. Um, definitely, definitely revisiting this, and I'll be. Of course, I don't know if I could find any of these maroon labels, but if the green one's anything like this one, I'll be buying that another one for sure. Um, that's usually the barometer. Would you buy another bottle? This one, yes, I would. Um, and would I buy another cigar? Yeah, it's not a Maduro, but I do like Habanos. So again, kind of creamy, kind of a little bit of vanilla and a little spice mixed in, which is kind of it's an interesting mix. Yeah. Um, and I touched it up once, but that's just because I'm anal. But got a little bit of wavy line, but it's burning pretty good. Like I said, I just bought this thing. It's been in their walk-in humidor, which is conditioned. I don't know how they keep it, but everything I get out of there is pretty good. I had it in my desktop one for since I guess Friday, but lots of smoke, good ash, pretty straight line, a little bit wavy, but not too bad. I'm gonna give it another try. I'm gonna get me another one. I may buy a 5 pack. We'll see. They do have some other variations. They got like a day trader and a couple others. I might look into the H Upmanns a little bit more. We'll see. But so far, this one's pretty good. We'll see what tomorrow holds. The other fun thing is, I'll be 56 this year. I've had one cavity in my life, and that's because my wisdom tooth come in at an angle on the bottom here, and it made a pocket I couldn't brush. So I got a cavity in the next tooth up, one of these molars back here. This behind the first your first molar, I guess, behind next to your wisdom tooth. So years ago, when I was probably 30ish, I had my bottom wisdom teeth pulls. My top ones I didn't take out; they never came out outside the gums. I never messed with them, and but the bottom ones came in at weird angles, so I took those out. Ended up with a cavity here because I couldn't brush it because the made a pocket. Um, Filled it. This dentist I got now, which it's kind of questionable. All of a sudden, he goes, "Well, I need to drill it out and put a crown on it." I don't know. It's kind of like bringing your car someplace. You don't really know what the fuck. These dentists tell you whatever they want to tell you. So, but mistake because this friggin' crown's been. Well, I'll take that back. When he first put it in, it was fine. But the last time I went to the dentist, the dental hygienist was, picking with that little pick thing, and she popped the joker off. I'm like, God dang it. And so, no big deal. The dentist was, she goes, "Oh, yeah, we'll get it put back on before you leave." So he did, and it sat high. Like right now, when I close my teeth, it's like it's always been. After they replaced it, um, it sat high. In our generation, you just shut the hell up. So I told him it's high. He sanded it down. He put some little weird piece of paper in there that's supposed to show it looks like it's meeting just right. I said, it's not. I'm telling you, it hits first. When I close my mouth, it's hitting there. It didn't hurt, but it just feels different. Obviously, it's not right. I've been closing my mouth for 55 years. I know what it feels like, and that's not right. So I left that day. I called him and said, "Hey, this ain't right." They said, "All right, come back." He came in, he filed it down. He still didn't get it right, but as Gen X, what do? You suck it up and say that's fine because he's smart. You think, well, shit, I don't know. I'll live. I'll get through it. But it's never been right since she popped it off. And then the damn thing came out this weekend. It came out Friday. Luckily, it doesn't hurt unless I get like cold on it or something. Of course, I called him and left him a message and got no call back. So I'll be there first thing in the morning. But these friggin' dentists are a pain in the ass, man. Just, I'm 55 years old and he's trying to tell me, "Well, you need to get some braces or, Invisalign." I'm like, that ship has sailed, dude. I said, I'm 55 years old. I'm not getting no damn braces. And my teeth are pretty straight. I got a little bit of a gap here. And actually, when I was a kid, I had a pretty big gap. And I guess because everything, it lined up. I got no crooked teeth or nothing. They're not perfect, but there ain't nothing that when you look at it, they look like you could chew a corn cob through a fence. It's fine. But I don't know. We had a dentist at the same place. This guy bought him out, and he took over, and it's not the same. The other guy, he never bothered you with that stuff. He just looked at everything looks good, and every once in a while I go, I got a sensitive tooth here, and he's like, yeah, I don't see nothing. Just give it some time. If it bothers you, come back. Whereas normally they go, I need to drill it out and fill a cavity there. Yeah, you got a cavity, and you don't know. So I miss that old guy. I tell you what. It's funny because when he left, I asked the same office staff is there. So I said, "What happened to him?" And they said, "Well, he made a bunch of money in crypto." Crypto? What the hell? He's kind of a younger guy, but he decided to retire. So he must have done well with his crypto, I guess. And he sold it to the guy that owns it now. He's a nice guy, but this is aggravating. This is aggravating. I don't know, but it shouldn't be that hard to put a crown on. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, that's enough of that. Um, Pretty good evening, pretty good weekend, pretty good cigar, and dang good whiskey. Um, I hope y'all have a good week. Uh, I'll have another video on Thursday, and I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves because it is a crazy world out there. So I'm just trying to get by. I hope y'all have a good day and y'all stay safe.